So the question for you is, what are you doing today to open up your perspective? How are you looking at the world in a different way? Get to it. You're reading a book on Gandhi. Gandhi was inspired by the world around him, by his culture, by his religion, sense of injustice. Basically, he was working as an attorney in South Africa, and he experienced racism.
I think Christ grasped that, and I have seen it work. Good morning.
Get off the pavement, you bloody coon.
Yeah, get off.
Careful.
So I want you to think of all the times that someone's called you by a bad name or been mean to you or cruel to you and how that felt. And I invite you to ask yourself whether or not these things were true and how they made you feel and what you did about that. And if the things that are not true about you, did they hurt you more, or did the things that they said that are true, that are mean about you because of what you look, because of how you come across, because of what you like, because of who you like, if that hurt you more? And you like Gandhi because he's a rebel. He fought against poverty. He fought against being subject to somebody else's rule over your land, over your country. He fought against the plague. There was a lot of plagues going around back then, and the dude literally, in order to prevent people from getting sick, he would volunteer himself, show up to places where people were getting sick. He would literally clean the latrines himself. Gandhi was a man who was not afraid to get his hands dirty. So here's a question for you. Where in your life do you feel the need that you need to get your hands dirty? Because no one else is going to do anything about it but you. That's where you are in the story so far in his autobiography, which is called My Experiments with Truth. And obviously he's renowned for not having any teeth in his later life. No, I'm just kidding. You're not. He's renowned for leading a protest of nonviolence against British occupation in India. Very influential person, obviously, world leader. He influenced disrupting the status quo that treats other people as inhumane or not have the same rights that others might have just because of the color of their skin or what economic rung they're born into, or how they choose to believe in God, their spirituality, their culture. They impact you deeply because we're on this world so we can be alive and accumulate life experiences and show others our wisdom. And sadly, versions of this is still going on right now. Happens a lot with marginalized communities. You see it specifically with homeless people around. It breaks your heart, but nobody wants to assume responsibility for them, you know, so they just fucking take over cities and take over spaces, and we assign the blame to them that they're the ones that they need to help themselves, you know, but it's not at this point. There's way too many of them, and they have too many rights because nobody wants to deal with them. So what this message is about is that the world's always going to be topsy-turvy with injustice, and you need to find a good fight. There's nothing stronger than holding the sword in your hand. You're not a political person, you're not a person of the law by any means. Like that's not your background. Your background's in entertainment, and it's in spirituality, and it's in living your life. Gandhi was also a rebel, seeker of truth, and he has this like really important perspective on looking at life. He got beaten up and he was subjected, like we said earlier, to a lot of racism, but he didn't hold the people who were restraining him or beating him against him, because that was their truth. That's what they were led to believe. So it's important, if you want to understand somebody, where they're coming from, to know their truth and have a actual dialogue and interaction with them, conversation, because when you share your truth and express it with somebody else, that's how you start understanding people. That's how you start realizing what you have in common and what ways about you can start changing, and vice versa. Be a seeker of truth even if it doesn't align to yours, and you'll know how to operate and function better in this world we all live in. So what you're trying to say is that cruelty, no matter what, is always going to exist, and all you can do is withstand yourself against it. And just because someone's cruel to you and gives you a bad attitude doesn't mean that you have to reflect that same kind of energy back onto them. And this is exactly what Gandhi's perspective on life is, and how you can put it into your everyday life. How you wish to tie this all together is you want to inspire people to take action for their own life. So how are you taking action for your life? You're putting out these messages. Life is beautiful and we all come out to celebrate each other. We all want to spread messages of positivity and ways of respect to the world around us and the communities that we live in. Spreading love.
Hey, Frankie.
We're spreading kindness. We're spreading unity.
Yep.
We got
Susan.
we got
Tanya.
we
We
got
got Paris, baby.
Joey and
Ollie.
that's the future sexy self way. Ask yourself this: who in your life can benefit from a active positive impact from you, and do something about it. You're on your way to pick up your friend Freddie, your new friend Freddie, from his house. You're gonna get him a haircut with your other new buddy Jonathan.
Alright. So today what we're gonna be doing, we're gonna be cutting Freddie's hair. We're gonna give him a buzz cut. So are you ready, Freddie?
Yeah.
Yeah?
He's getting a very classy haircut. This is what Jonathan does here. He's a master barber. He's been doing this for a couple of years, and he's only 18 years old. He just graduated high school, and he's already running his own very successful business.
Well, dude, great time to do a lot of work.
Yeah, what Freddie said, he wanted to feel comfortable with the uncomfortable, so that's why we cut his hair so short. Something new, something classy.
Yeah, and I never had like actual style on a bio, so that's definitely new and greatly appreciated.
Thank you. Now today we're gonna give him a second chance on finding his true self. Let's go, guys.
So we're giving Devontae Griffin a new perspective on life. He's usually watching life from the ankles down. That's his eye line. And he's so tiny, and there's so much world out there that he's part of that he doesn't see to its full potentiality, that you finally decided to hoist him up on your shoulders so he can check out the kitchen stove. So when you have the opportunity to change somebody's life, whether human or dog, and it doesn't cost you anything, just do it. You have to put your strength to good use, and you do that through service or through helping those in need who you are in a position to help out. You're also thinking about the value of perspective, how when you are kind to somebody or when you show somebody what's available to you to present them, that's offering a new perspective. Your heart opens up, your soul opens up, your eyes will open up, and you start seeing more of the potential that's available to you. So the question for you is, what are you doing today to open up your perspective? How are you looking at the world in a different way? Get to it. And that's what Gandhi shows, what you can do with your strength. Doesn't matter how physically strong you are, but you still have an inner strength, and that projects outwardly. So what can you do with your strength? Because ultimately, if you want to live a good life, you have to help other people out in some capacity. And you can only help somebody out if you're strong for yourself, if you know what you can do with your strength.